All right, so are you ready to put away those cookie cutters, get those ice cream makers ready? Because today we are diving into something truly unique. Panforte Ice Cream.
Panforte Ice Cream.
You got it. You might be thinking,
Isn't Panforte that like super dense
yeah,
Italian holiday bread?
you're absolutely right.
All that candied fruit and the nuts and spices and
Like
honey.
all packed together in a tiny little square.
Yeah.
It's called strong bread for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason.
But what David Leibovitz,
Pastry chef extraordinaire.
that's right,
The one and only.
he has done is taken all of those bold flavors and turned them into this incredible frozen treat.
Okay.
We are going to be exploring his latest newsletter where he shares the full recipe.
All right.
And trust me, it is packed with fascinating insights and his signature wit.
It's funny that he chose to tackle ice cream this time of year when everybody else is like knee deep in all the holiday baking.
I know he actually admits to being a little bit grinchy
Oh.
about the endless stream of cookie recipes,
Yeah.
that we all get bombarded with.
Oh, yeah. Especially around that
Unlocked.
time of year.
Everywhere you turn, it's another cookie recipe.
Exactly. And he's based in Paris now, so
Oh, wow.
I can only imagine the avalanche of panettone
Oh, yeah.
and chocolates he's surrounded by.
I'll bite it.
He even mentions brands like Christophe Louis and Morlacchi.
Wow. So
Yeah.
he knows his holiday sweets.
Clearly.
Yeah.
But instead of adding to all the baking frenzy,
Right.
he gives us this like surprising twist on tradition.
Yeah, a frozen twist.
Yeah.
I think what I find so intriguing about this recipe is how it came about.
Okay.
He was talking about how he found citrons in Paris,
Okay.
which he said used to be, like, incredibly rare
Really?
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that they have become, like, this super trendy ingredient.
Huh.
Now, like, people are practically worshiping them.
Wow.
He contrasted that with his experience in California, where he said citrons were so abundant that they would just, like, rot on the ground.
That's such a stark difference.
It makes me wonder how ingredients go from being, like, overlooked to sought-after delicacies.
Right.
It's like food trends evolving like fashion almost.
It really is.
What's your take on that? Have you noticed any similar shifts in your work?
Absolutely. Food trends are fascinating. They all play a role.
Yeah.
What was once considered exotic can become commonplace,
Right.
and vice versa.
Interesting.
Take, for instance, the resurgence of ancient grains.
Okay.
A few years ago, they were relatively unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're everywhere.
They are.
It's a constant cycle of rediscovery and reinvention.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break down how Leibovitz actually builds those Panforte flavors into his ice cream.
All right.
The first step is infusing the milk with spices,
Okay.
like cinnamon cloves and nutmeg.
Classics.
Right. And he lets them steep for a whole hour to really extract those warm, aromatic notes.
It's a classic technique. Like if you think about how we infuse oils or even make tea,
Right.
it's about gently coaxing out the flavors and allowing them to meld.
It's like creating a spice symphony.
It is.
Speaking of symphonies,
Okay.
you won't believe this next anecdote.
All right, I'm ready.
Leibovitz had to correct some French food journalists who misidentified mizuna,
Oh, no.
which is a Japanese mustard green.
Oh, wow.
And he tells this whole story with this like playful tone, almost like, come on, folks, get your greens straight.
Yeah.
It's clear that he's passionate about culinary accuracy,
Yeah.
but he never comes across as arrogant.
Which I think that is a testament to his skill as a communicator.
I think so, too.
He manages to educate and entertain simultaneously,
Yeah,
which is a rare gift.
it is.
Not many people can pull that off.
Next up is a crucial step, tempering the egg yolks.
All right.
Leibovitz is very specific about slowly whisking the warm milk mixture into the yolks
Yeah.
to avoid curdling.
Right. You don't want scrambled eggs
Exactly.
on your ice cream.
Now, I've always been a little intimidated by tempering. Is there a foolproof method you swear by?
Tempering is essential for creating a smooth and creamy custard base.
Okay.
The key is to raise the temperature of the yolks gradually.
Okay.
Think of it as gently coaxing them into the warm milk without shocking them.
Okay.
A slow, steady stream while whisking constantly
I see.
is the best approach.
Okay.
A good visual cue is to aim for ribbons of egg yolk as you pour.
Okay.
If you rush it, you risk scrambled eggs in your ice cream.
Definitely not what we want.
Not the texture we're aiming
No,
for.
not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, so once we have our beautifully tempered custard base, Leibovitz stresses that the type of honey we use will really make or break the final flavor.
Okay.
He's partial to strong, dark honeys like buckwheat honey.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Just like wine or coffee honey comes in a wide variety of flavors and intensities.
Oh, wow.
Buckwheat honey,
Huh?
with its rich molasses-like notes,
Okay.
adds a certain depth and complexity that complements the other spices.
Wow.
It's all about choosing a honey that can hold its own against those bold Panforte flavors.
So it's not just about sweetness.
Right.
It's about adding another layer of flavor
Exactly.
to the ice cream.
Yes.
I'm starting to understand why he's so particular about the ingredients.
I bet.
And it's not just about taste either,
Right.
Honey actually plays a role in the texture of the ice cream as well.
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Honey acts as a natural inhibitor
Uh-huh.
to ice crystal formation,
Oh.
resulting in a smoother, creamier texture.
So it's both a flavor enhancer and a texture enhancer.
Yes.
I love how every ingredient has a purpose in this recipe.
I know, it's amazing.
It speaks to Leibovitz's deep understanding of the science of pastry.
It really does.
Now, once we've turned our beautifully smooth and flavorful ice cream, let's talk about serving it up.
Right.
Leibovitz offers some classic pairing suggestions.
Okay.
Like apple pie or fruit tarts,
Yeah.
which sound absolutely divine.
Oh.
But then he throws in a few unexpected twists, like a
Oh.
drizzle of chocolate sauce.
What I love about Leibovitz
Yeah.
is that he encourages us to think beyond the obvious.
Uh-huh.
Chocolate sauce might seem like an unusual pairing at first,
Yeah.
but when you consider the warm spices in the ice cream,
Right.
it actually makes perfect sense.
Okay.
That hint of bitterness from the chocolate
Yeah.
would create a beautiful contrast against the sweetness and spice.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's all about those unexpected flavor combinations
Yes.
that surprise and delight the palate.
Exactly.
And Leibovitz doesn't stop there.
Okay.
He even suggests pairing this ice cream with wintry desserts,
Okay.
like cranberry raisin pie or cranberry upside-down cake.
Those pairings might seem a bit unconventional,
Yeah.
but if you think about the flavor profiles, they actually work beautifully.
Okay.
The warmth of the spices in the ice cream
Yeah.
would play off the tartness of the cranberries,
Right.
creating a really interesting balance.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like he's challenging us to expand our flavor horizons.
Yes.
And think about pairings in a whole new way.
Right.
Instead of just sticking to the tried and true,
Yeah.
why not explore those unexpected combinations?
Exactly.
That might surprise us.
Right. And you never know. You might stumble upon your new favorite dessert pairing.
I'm all about those happy accidents in the kitchen.
Me too.
But it makes me wonder, with those warm spices in the ice cream,
Yeah.
what else could we pair it with? What would you suggest?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I'm imagining something with a bit of acidity
Okay.
to cut through the richness of the ice cream.
Okay.
Perhaps a pear and almond tart
Uh-huh.
with a hint of lemon zest.
Ooh.
Or maybe even a slice of gingerbread cake
Okay.
with a dollop of this Panforte ice cream on top.
Those sound incredible.
I know, right?
I'm already craving all of these combinations.
too.
It's like Leibovitz has given us a flavor blueprint.
Yes.
And now we can build on it and create our own unique pairings.
Yeah. It's so inspiring.
And that's the beauty of exploring new recipes and flavor combinations.
Yeah.
It sparks creativity.
Yeah.
And encourages us to think differently about how we approach dessert.
Absolutely. So speaking of creativity,
Okay.
Leibovitz shared another great anecdote about the origins of this recipe.
Okay.
It actually came from his former colleague at Ches Panisse,
All right.
Mary Canales,
Okay.
who later opened her own ice cream shop.
Oh, wow.
What's really interesting is that Mary was committed to making all of her ice cream from scratch,
Wow.
which surprised a lot of people in the food service industry at the time.
I bet.
They assumed she'd be using pre-made mixes.
Right.
But she was all about quality and doing things the right way.
It's a testament to her passion and dedication to the craft of ice cream making.
I agree.
She wasn't willing to compromise on flavor or quality,
No.
even if it meant going the extra mile.
It's that California spirit of innovation and pushing boundaries.
It is.
They just can't resist creating something truly special.
And in this case, that extra mile has led to this incredibly unique and delicious ice cream
It has.
that we're lucky enough to experience through Leibovitz's recipe.
I think it's a wonderful reminder that sometimes the best things come from those unexpected collaborations and a willingness to experiment.
Absolutely. Now, before we wrap up this deep dive into Panforte ice cream, let's take a moment to recap the key takeaways.
First and foremost, we explored Panforte itself.
Yes.
That traditional Italian confection with its intense flavors of nuts, candied fruits and spices.
Exactly. And then we delved into how Leibovitz transformed those flavors into a frozen treat,
Yes.
drawing inspiration from his time at Ches Panisse
Mm-hmm.
and his encounters with unique ingredients like citron.
Right, those special little finds.
Yes. We also unpacked some of the key techniques involved in making this ice cream.
Yes, we did.
From infusing the milk with spices to the crucial step of tempering those egg yolks.
Yes, very important.
And understanding the role of honey in both flavor and texture.
It really is a multitasker in this recipe.
It's amazing how much science goes into a scoop of ice cream.
I know, it's fascinating.
And perhaps most importantly, we discovered the incredible versatility of this ice cream
Yes.
and how it can be paired with a wide range of desserts, from the classic to the unexpected.
Exactly.
It's like Leibovitz has given us a key to unlock a whole new world of flavor combinations.
It's true.
He encourages us to experiment, to be adventurous, and to find our own perfect pairings.
And now for that final thought-provoking question I promised you. It's like he's saying, don't be afraid to get creative.
Right.
Push those boundaries a little bit
Yeah.
and see what you come up with.
I know. And you never know. You might just discover a whole new favorite combination.
Exactly.
Considering the unique spice blend in this Panforte ice cream,
Yeah.
the cinnamon, the cloves, the nutmeg,
Mm-hmm.
what other traditional desserts could you transform into frozen treats
Oh,
using a similar approach?
that's a good question.
I know it's making my mind like spin with possibilities.
I know, me too.
What immediately comes to mind is speculoos cookies,
Oh, yeah.
that warm spiced flavor.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would lend itself beautifully to ice cream.
Totally. And you could even add some crunchy cookie crumbles
Yes.
for a little textural element.
Oh, for texture.
Yeah.
I love that. And you know what? Thinking about those spiced flavors,
Yeah.
what about a gingerbread biscotti ice cream,
Oh.
where the biscotti could be crumbled and swirled into the ice cream
Ooh.
for a little crunch?
I love that.
See, this conversation has opened up a whole new world
It has.
of ice cream possibilities for me.
I know. It's so fun to think about.
It's like we've been given a secret decoder ring
We have.
for flavor combinations.
It's true. And it all goes back to that idea of just not being afraid to experiment.
Yes.
Think outside the box,
Yes.
especially when it comes to dessert.
Absolutely.
There are no rules.
So if you are ready to embark on your own Panforte ice cream adventure,
Yes.
I highly recommend checking out David Leibovitz's full newsletter and recipe. You can find it on his website,
You can.
along with a treasure trove of other incredible recipes and stories.
His website is fantastic.
It really is.
I love just getting lost in all of his recipes and stories.
And don't stop there.
No.
Explore his cookbooks, his
Yeah.
blog posts.
Yes.
You'll be amazed at the depth of his knowledge
Mm.
and the creativity he brings to the world of pastry.
It's inspiring.
Really is. Until next time,
Yes.
happy churning
Happy churning.
and happy indulging.
Happy indulging. So, considering that unique spice blend in this Panforte ice cream,
Yeah.
cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg,
Mm-hmm.
what other traditional desserts could you transform into frozen treats
Okay.
using a similar approach?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right.
It's really making me think.
Yeah.
What immediately comes to mind is speculoos cookies,
Oh, yeah.
like with that warm spiced flavor.
Huh?
I think that would lend itself really beautifully to an ice cream,
Totally. And you could even add,
like maybe some crunchy cookie crumbles
yes,
Ooh.
for a little textural element.
for texture. I love that.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about those spiced flavors.
Yeah.
What about a gingerbread biscotti ice cream,
Oh.
where you could like crumble the biscotti and swirl it into the ice cream
Yeah.
for a little crunch?
I love that idea.
See, this conversation has opened up a whole new world
It has.
of ice cream possibilities for me.
Me too.
It's like we've been given this secret decoder ring
We have.
for flavor combinations.
Exactly. And it all comes back to that idea of just not being afraid to experiment.
Yes.
Think outside the box when it comes to dessert.
I love it.
Yeah.
So if you are ready to embark on your own Panforte ice cream adventure,
Yeah.
I highly recommend checking out David Leibovitz's full newsletter and recipe. You can find it on his website,
Mm-hmm.
along with tons of other incredible recipes and stories.
And don't stop there.
No.
Explore his cookbooks, his
Yeah.
blog posts.
Yes,
He has so much to offer.
he really does.
And he's such a great writer.
Yeah, you'll be amazed at the depth of his knowledge
Mm.
and the creativity he brings to the world of pastry.
It's truly inspiring.
He really is. Until next time,
Until next time,
happy churning
happy churning,
and happy indulging.
happy indulging.